Alright, we're back for round 2. Unfortunately, I cannot really keep that. Okay. Not the best, not the worst. Don't really want to keep a 4-drop on the top of my library. Hopefully I can just draw a couple lands and the Deceiver Exarch or Splinter Twin. That'd be cool. Should I be playing around Wasteland? Yeah, I'm gonna lead with Scalding Tarn, which is probably gonna end up fetching an island. Yeah, I think this is the better thing we can do. Probably gonna drop Volcanic Island. My opponent is playing 3 colors. I don't think it's extremely likely they have Wasteland. Maybe they do. Looks like some type of Grixis deck. Probably gonna remand whatever they play here. Yeah, this is clearly getting remanded. Not even close. Electrolyze. Alright. Might be some type of control deck. Probably. Unfortunately, Electrolyze cannot kill the Infiltrator. Not a ton I can do about that. Probably gonna cycle Electrolyze though. I doubt we will get much more value out of that. Kinda wanna Foff when they are tapped out. On the other hand, no. Actually, I feel like I have almost all the counterspells in the entire draft. And if I tap out now and they play a huge threat that they would not have playing around the counterspell next turn, it's pretty bad. And again, I'm pretty sure I have maybe all the counterspells except for Mana Leak. Maybe what I'm doing here is greedy and I should have played it main phase. It's possible. Maybe I'll get punished, but I don't know. So, blue. What a strange mana base. My opponent does not care about potential counterspells. Alright. Alright, there is that. There are some good cards in this. Should probably put the Manowar not with the Deep Fiend. Other than that, I'm not sure. There's a bunch of good things, so. They put the Manowar and the Deep Fiend in the same pack, and looks like my opponent thinks that Chase is the best card against them. Which I say thinks like, obviously I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not even sure what I want to pick, so I guess it's a decent way to put piles together. I feel like I want Manowar counterspell though. Sure, my opponent can move the Batterskull onto the Infiltrator. If they spend their turn doing that, I'm rather happy though. I think this is a slightly better pile, as it gives me a nice amount of tempo. Not sure if it's the right choice to pick this, but it feels fine. The question now is, do we want to bounce Infiltrator or the Germ? Do I care about them drawing a card, or do I care about getting hit for 4? It's not that clear. Again, they can move the Batterskull around, but if they just spend their turn moving that here and attacking for 5, I'm pretty happy, right? How do I lose this game? Do I lose this game because of card advantage or because I get tempoed out? That's the true question. And I don't really have the answer. No, I don't think I can lose because of card advantage. I have 2 counterspells as well as a Consecrated Sphinx, so I don't think it's really an issue. So maybe I should just worry about tempo and get rid of the Germ. Or the Batterskull itself, I guess. No, never mind. This is Manowar. This is no Venser or Klaus Gate. So it would be Germ. My opponent is pretty likely to move the Batterskull around because they know I have Counterspell available. I really don't know. I want to bounce the Germ. Not sure why, not sure if it's the right move. It feels fine though. Pretty tough choice. Again, since they know I have Counterspell, I think they are extremely likely to just move the equipment around. I'm gonna counter most things they would try to cast here. Killing that Interesting. I have Pact of Negation in the bag, but if I have to Pact of Negation something, it probably means I what? It probably means I can't cast anything next turn, which I don't love. If I let that resolve, they will just move the Batterskull, though. I guess the way I win this game is by casting an Exarch or what's the name of that stupid card? An Exarch or a Pestomite with Pact of Negation backup.
And or Counterspell. I think I can let that resolve.
I will not get to Deep Fiend, but I still have a very powerful play next turn in Consecrated Sphinx that I can protect with Pact of Negation. I'm gonna take 5 and then 5 though. Them getting life is not a huge issue because of the fact that I'm probably winning with a combo. I don't know. I think this turn, my turn and their turn were both pretty key in how this game will go. And I think we both had a decent amount of decision to make. I'm not sure I made the right decision. I went with my gut. Maybe bouncing the Infiltrator was better. Yeah, I guess I will move that around as anticipated. But now I can go Sphinx. I don't know. Cloud Skaterino. Kinda like that. I would be happier with one more mana, so I could Cloud Skate plus Counterspell backup. But here I can bounce the Infiltrator, which is a good amount of tempo. If they don't kill Cloud Skate, I get to Fiend for only 2 mana. And if they play something really crazy threatening like Nicol Bolas, I can Pact of Negation. And no, I misplayed. I should have yeah, that's pretty bad. I should have played my mountain and keep the island in hand. This way, if I have to Pact of Negation, I can pay 5 using 3 blue and 2 red upkeep and still be able to play my island and have Counterspell for the turn after. So I misplayed just by playing this land, which is lame. With that being said, I think the best play is still to bounce that over playing Consecrated Sphinx. Again, I think the way I lose this is by being tempoed out. I don't think it's really by getting, card advantage out of the game or because they play a big threat. Again, I have counterspells. So, feels fine. But yeah, I would be in a much better spot if I had played my mountain. Now if I don't draw blue, it's kind of clunky, especially since I cannot cast Deep Fiend either, so that was really not good. Can I let that resolve? It's gonna kill me? No, I don't think so. It's such a huge threat, and if they have a removal for the Cloud Skate, which they probably have, I can't really apply pressure. Even if they don't, Cloud Skate is not really gonna kill the Ashiok. Yeah, but I might just lose because I did not play my because I played my island instead of my mountain. If I do, well, I guess it's gonna be a good lesson, but pretty bad news for me. That was a convenient top deck, but my misplay is still a misplay. Yeah, I would rather, have Fiend available or Counterspell available over killing the mage here. And now if they, I don't know, 7 mana, well, they cannot cast Nicol Bolas. I am the one with the Karn, but there's a lot of threatening things they could do with all that colored mana. So, where I could have had a counterspell available. The thing is, when I was tapped out, the best thing what they could do was Ashok plus Shadow Mage. So, well, Ashok is a big threat, but it means they probably don't have a bigger threat in hand, or they would have casted that threat. I'm pretty sure. If we can untap, we should be in a great spot. If the Cloudscape dies, well, that's annoying, but with one more land, we can hard cast the. Well, that's not the most impressive Foth. I guess Plateau is the best land, so I'm gonna put it alone, but I don't see any reason why they would not pick 2 lands. Yeah. Yeah, I'm soon gonna be able to hardcast the Fiend, and if I draw a land, I can go Sphinx plus Counterspell backup, which is amazing. Ancient Tomb. Cool. I like the plan of Sphinx Counterspell more than Fiend. And I can still Fiend if I really want to. I would have to sack the Sphinx though. My opponent did not put a stop on the upkeep, so even if they had a instant speed Rimvolt, they cannot kill the Sphinx now. I mean, before I draw at least. Or try to kill it, I guess. Because, well, it depends. It depends on what I draw. If they try to kill it before I draw, Doomblade. No, I think I'm gonna counter that. Sphinx is such a huge threat. I think it's worth countering. If they have another Rimvolt, well, they have another Rimvolt and the Sphinx dies. Shit happens. I'm gonna draw 2 cards no matter what. Yes, please. Pestamite, alright. So now we need... And they already used Ultimate Price, Doomblade, and Chain Lightning, so maybe they are out of removal now. That'd be good. That'd be appreciated. Crux of Fate. Well, Sphinx is no Dragon, I guess. They have 3 cards left in hand, though. And I could also maybe Fiend... Yeah, not really. I don't have enough mana to Fiend and Pestamite. I can Pestamite and tap a land and then Fiend, but if they have the Rimvolt, they will get to use it, so I'm not sure that it'd be very good. Not sure what I should do. Not sure if I should try to cast the Fiend upkeep, tap some of their land. If I cast both Pestamite and Fiend upkeep, tapping 4 lands, tapping all lands that can produce black. Is my opponent more... If they have a removal, I think they are still more likely gonna kill the Pestamite, because, I'm playing blue-red. Tough call. I need to cast the Pestamite during their turn. Probably gonna wait. I could see my opponent tapping out for a Nicol Bolas, for example, which doesn't really interact with the combo. And, would be fine. You can have a Ral Zarek. But not a Ral Zarek and another card. So that's pretty much a control mirror. I feel advantaged though, because I'm pretty sure I have way more counterspells than my opponent have, and I have even more counterspell in the side. But this looks like a good old mirror control. My opponent mana base is quite something. And you know, if they have nothing good to do, they might just get back their Batterskull and just recast it. Because why not? And maybe if they don't do anything, I just play the Fiend and tap some of their land and start to apply pressure. If they try to animate the Lavaclaw Reaches, I'm probably gonna tap that. Well, I don't know, I could take 2. And if they spend a bunch of mana on the Reaches, I can just kill them. Ral Zarek is no problem. So I'm pretty sure they played all the lands they got from Jace. So I don't think there's a card in their hand I know. Maybe one land. Yeah, I can still cast the Deep Fiend if I want to. Kinda wanna bait a potential counterspell with Deep Fiend, because if they interact with my Pestermite combo, I lose. I kinda feel like they might just tap out for something here. Mm-hmm. Part the Water Veil. Yeah, since my opponent has a couple Planeswalker, that's a decent effect, but that's not crazy good either. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna let them play stuff. Sure, they can tap a land, and then I cannot Elder Deep Fiend anymore. Let's see what my opponent wants to do. If they somehow tap out, I'm just gonna kill with Pestermite. Nicol Bolas Planeswalker. Yep, you got yourself a Bolas. And now, unless they have a Lightning Bolt, which I think I have, so they cannot have, so maybe... Well, they could have Disfigure for 1 mana. I guess that's something. I guess they will get to untap something with Ral Zarek. So there is that. But they need to have a 2 mana removal spell, basically, to not lose. And they already used 2. So I don't know, I feel like I'm in decent shape. Maybe not. My own must be like, what they know I have Deep Fiend, so they must know something is coming, but they might not know what. But I think if they have a 2 mana removal spell and Nicol Bolas, even by doing things in another way, I don't think I win. They F6, so I guess we win. Which is nice. No, we cannot cast Fiend. Okay, I guess my opponent wants to waste time. Which I guess makes sense since it's pretty much a control mirror and we are rather low on clock. I'd be mad if I end up losing that because of clock though. And here we have to remember we need more token because of Jace, so that's pretty annoying. We need 16 token, I guess 15 token, and the original Pestermite. And I need to not mess up any trigger. I mean, yeah. Maybe Alban is a bit salty about losing that game after casting all these good things, but... I don't know. I mean, clock is something on MTGO, I guess, but this is kind of stupid, I think. Oh well. Oh well, oh well. Like, this kind of thing would not happen on Paper Magic, obviously. Because I could just say, well, I do this action 100 times and that would be good enough. Do I have enough fairies here? I'm just gonna check. 5, 10, 16. I'm just gonna check once more. 6, 10. Yeah, that's good, okay. Yeah. I guess the opponent made us waste 2 minutes, which might matter in the end, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's pretty cheap. I don't know. I would probably not do that. Or maybe I think I would not, but I would actually do it. I don't know. Maybe it's just, yeah. So more card draw, more counterspell, I think is what we want in this matchup. Electrolyze seems bad. Manowar, not so good. Roast, pretty medium. I'm gonna keep Bolt. At least one removal. But I probably don't want more. I definitely want this and that. Dissipate. Walker is fine in this type of matchup. It's an early threat. Image doesn't seem great. They did not show a bunch of creature, but we can copy our own creatures, which could be good. Like copying a Venser, bouncing a land or something could be pretty annoying for them. Just gonna check if there's something I want here. Talrand against thousands of removal, not the best option, I think. Stratus Dancer. Stratus Dancer is kind of good. It's just gonna die though. They have a bunch of. I don't really want to drop a creature that doesn't do anything. It's just gonna die, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we have more card draw and more counterspell, so we are favored in against a control deck, but it might be tough to get there. It might be long, I guess. It might be pretty long. So I would need to cut one card here. I don't really know what it should be. Deep Fiend seems not very realistic. They have so many removal that I will not get to emerge that very often. And they know about the combo, so if I play an Exarch or something, it's just gonna die most likely. Yeah. And I have enough win condition still in the deck. Okay, well, Spell Pierce, Forbid, Cryptic Command. All the things I want for this matchup. Counterspell. the counter curve. The counter curve. They call me the counter curve. That's pretty funny. I'm probably gonna leave Spell Pierce available because I can counter most 4 mana Planeswalker, so that's pretty good. And, you know, use the Cloudskate so I can have something good coming in a couple of turns. I haven't missed a land drop, which is probably not what they want to be doing. I don't think I will need Cryptic Command here, so I'd rather play the Temple. At some point I might stop playing land just to potentially use with Forbid. Quarantine Field, alright. Scalding. I'm probably gonna use that to get rid of lands. Ral Zarek is no thank you. I could bounce a land end of turn and draw a card, and then bounce another land with Cloudskate. I don't know if this is good. Maybe I should just keep it as a counterspell. It feels fine though. Like putting the opponent back to the Stone Age. Not sure if it's right. It's probably wrong actually, but ooh, Karn. Now I'm kind of happy I did that. Because now I'm gonna get to eat lands with Karn, which is sweet. Yep, you got it, and then you don't have it anymore. I'm gonna exile that. There's a... well, they conceded. Maybe it's wrong because we know they have a 3 mana burn spell. I mean 3 damage burn spell in their deck, but on the other hand, if I plus it, they could go another black and Hero's Downfall. No, I misplayed here. I mean, they conceded, they had enough, and I can get that, but I misplayed. I'm pretty sure the play is plus Karn, and once you have counterspell available, you start minusing and getting rid of their land, but my opponent had enough. Alright, sweet. Yeah, I guess they missed a couple land drop, but their draw was not that bad. It's just like... again, when you have all the counterspell, you are favored in the mirror matchup of control, so that's not very... that doesn't really surprise me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you for the final.